It's not the gun, but what's on the end of the gun, and we're looking at it in this episode of Airsoftology Reviews. So if you guys know, I'm a big fan of the G&G Tracer unit. It's probably one of the best tracer systems on the market. But up until now, they've had kind of one slight drawback that's like been kind of a plus, but also kind of a minus for me. And that's the ability to change the batteries on them. Well, enter this new version from G&G, and it totally changes the game. So this is the Nighthawk Tracer unit from G&G, and first thing you're gonna notice, it is decidedly shorter than its predecessors of the longer rechargeable versions, or the MIT, the actual military intelligence tracer unit as well. Both of those had at least a few inches in length on this guy, but this one does still keep the detailing here on the end, which I do like a lot. It's kind of aggressive. It's not just a big black tube, and some good G&G markings here on the side. But it's not just the size that matters. It's more than that. It's what's inside that counts. And this one, everything changes. So they made the adjustment from the rechargeable units that they still have in the market to this version takes 4 AAA batteries to get the power to light those BBs up. So with a couple quick screws, you can pop the end off and you've accessed the inside of the tracer. The outside of this tracer is solid metal. Cap, bottom threads, and the part where it attaches 14mm counterclockwise to any threads on the end. What I also do like, they have a set screw, so you can actually set it in place. This thing doesn't slowly walk off, or if you want to get it a certain direction. Inside the circuitry, I'm no engineer, but it looks pretty darn good. You got the actual capacitors here on the side that actually hold that charge to create the flash, the lighting, the tubes actually inside, and a really well-made circuit board here. Again, like I said, I'm not a genius when it comes to these things, but I've taken apart enough tracers to know that this one definitely has some good engineering under the hood. But that's not it. This little lightweight genius here does have that battery pack up front. Very clearly marked for positive, negative. Takes 4 AAAs in here and will give you tons of shooting. Power it on has a button here toward the gun side, so once you can power it on before you put it on or off, but it's pretty simple to figure out. It actually presses in and locks, and then you depress it and it pulls out to tell if it's in the on or off position, so you can have a pretty good idea whether or no it's on or off if you just want to make a check without having to give away your position by firing some BBs. But that's where this thing shines, pun intended. This thing does light up those BBs just as good as all the other G&G Tracer units I like, which have become my favorite for those night games. So there was no disappointment there having to move from an internal rechargeable battery to AAAs. That was gonna be my concern, but after seeing it perform and light those BBs up just as well as the other ones, I have no worries at all. So if you guys been holding out for a tracer unit because you didn't have to deal with the rechargeable one, because like, let's say you're playing long games or like big milsim ops where you can't charge them up, but you want to have field replaceable power source, definitely take a look at the G&G's brand new Nighthawk Tracer unit. It takes those AAA batteries. And of course, if you guys want to learn more about this tracer unit, as always, I got a link in the description below so you can check it out. As always, thanks for tuning in. If you're not currently a subscriber, click on the logo in the bottom right or in the description and you'll always be in the know. Plus, if you like what you saw in this video and want to learn more, I've got a link down there as well. And if you haven't had your airsoft fix just yet, click in the videos on the right or use the info button at the top of the screen for more. And as the saying goes, everyone has an opinion, and I do want to hear yours. So give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down on this video, comment, and share.